Hi folks, and welcome to another edition of From Amateur to Expert Daily, where we talk about work, wealth, and how you can position yourself as a top name in your industry. Well, some of our ideas are fairly generic and some are eclectic. Ooh, it's big words day here on From Amateur to Expert Daily. What I mean by that is that most of the ideas that we've discussed on the channel over some 400 episodes now are very broadly applicable. Regardless of whether you are an employee, an entrepreneur, and regardless of the industry in which you find yourself operating, chances are you'll be able to use the idea in one form or another. Today's concept is not like that. This is a bit of an unusual one in the sense that it will not lend itself to everyone. You may have to turn this one around and see if you can retrofit it in your mind, but if it will work for you, it could work beautifully. What if you put yourself in competition with someone who does something similar? Over the past few weeks, my family and I have been watching a show called Love It or List It Australia. That's because we're boring and have nothing else to do with our lives. Basic premise of the show goes like this. A family somewhere in the nation of Australia have become discontent with their home. They want to move. So they call in two competing professionals. Same two guys on every episode, and they're these very enjoyable, high personality guys. One of them is a renovator, and the other one is a realtor. So what they do is they go head to head against one another with all the friendly banter and fun that implies and competitive spirit. And one of them renovates the couple's existing home. Now, while they're doing that, the other one shows them different homes within their area. So both are trying to please this family within respective budgets. Now, at the end of the episode, the couple takes a look at their overhauled home, and it's generally magnificently done. But at the same time, they've seen other homes that perhaps better suit their needs in terms of specific things that they're looking for. And at the end, they are required to answer the question, are you going to love it and stay? Or are you going to list it and go? And one of the professionals wins. So it adds a little bit of drama to the whole thing. And most of what drives that show is the personality of the two professionals and how they kind of compete with each other in the friendly rivalry. There's a relatively fair balance between who wins in each episode. So it ends up making them both look good. And I think that's the key to this thing. You get to show the best of you, plus your personality. And you will know by now, if you've been watching the show or if you've read any of my books on expert positioning, that experts exist at the intersection of knowledge, personality, and publicity. So a show like that combines all three brilliantly. You show what you do in an entertaining way that displays it to the world and shows off your personality and a little bit of fun and humor. Now again, this is not going to work for everyone, but what if it worked for you? Could you create a YouTube show? Could you create a television show in which you compete with a professional who does something similar but slightly different? If you do it right, it shows off both of you to the best of your abilities and positions you both well. Could you use competition to create something that positions you as an expert?